Welcome back to our channel, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today, we bring you some news. King Charles shocked by Camilla's dark strategy. Her betrayal leaked. A tempest seems to be brewing behind ornate doors in the silent hallways of Buckingham Palace, where age-old customs confront the unyielding speed of contemporary life. The British monarchy has represented unity and permanence for millennia. Recent rumors indicate that a significant transformation may be imminent, a clandestine coup that might alter the fundamental structure of the organization. Queen Consort Camilla, who has had a remarkable evolution from a contentious outsider to a contemporary consort, is at the heart of this purported turmoil. Current investigative reports suggest that she may be organizing a clandestine attempt to subvert King Charles's authority, facilitating an unprecedented realignment of power within the royal family. An unveiled agenda emerges. Envision a palace where each dialogue is cloaked in confidentiality and every assembly is a strategic maneuver in a complex power struggle. Recently, those familiar with the corridors of power have seen a series of clandestine meetings, during which Camilla allegedly spoke with prominent advisors in private. These conversations, now the focus of intense concern, seem to transcend ordinary talks of state issues. Sources indicate that they concentrated on the future trajectory of the monarchy, which may see a gradual diminishment of the traditional sovereign function in favor of a more dynamic and contemporary leadership. Insiders indicate that these clandestine meetings have included a small group of senior officials recognized for their strategic expertise. Amid these discreet dialogues, there have been deliberations about the transformation of public attitudes, the reorientation of the monarchy's aims, and potential tactics that may progressively attenuate King Charles's power. Although tangible proof is lacking, the ongoing speculation has raised concerns among royal observers, igniting discussions over whether Camilla is just a cunning strategist or an active participant in a covert revolution. The craft of image alteration. The manipulation of public perception is important to the developing drama, serving as a crucial asset in today's media-saturated environment. For years, King Charles has faced rigorous examination. His portrayal, often considered disconnected or encumbered by traditional constraints, sharply contrasts with Camilla's contemporary transformation. Previously disparaged as the quintessential intruder, she has dedicated years to transforming her public image, progressively establishing herself as a symbol of elegance and modern significance. Investigative sources suggest that Camilla has not only depended on fortune for her public relations. Instead, she seems to have developed a network of media connections and public relations experts who have, over time, directed the story in her favor. There are indications that techniques have been developed to highlight King Charles's perceived deficiencies, methods that include selective media leaks and meticulously orchestrated public appearances intended to juxtapose his conventional approach with Camilla's progressive perspective. In doing so, she may be establishing the foundation for a future in which the monarchy's image is redefined for a new epoch, with her assuming a pivotal role. A coalition of shadows. When one considers that Camilla might not be carrying out her purported schemes alone, the mystery intensifies. Royal history is replete with internal power conflicts, and contemporary palace dynamics are as contentious. Rumors have emerged that Camilla has been establishing clandestine ties inside the royal family, connecting herself with prominent individuals who support her vision of a reformed monarchy. Names like Princess Anne have surfaced in hushed discussions, indicating that long-standing rifts within the family may be converging on a need for transformation. Insiders assert that a clandestine network of opposition has emerged, a party inside the palace that sees King Charles's conventional stance as a hindrance to the monarchy's survival in a swiftly changing world. Within this clandestine alliance, Camilla is considered an innate leader, using her rehabilitated persona to foster agreement among those who assert that the institution must evolve or face irrelevance. The hypothesis around this internal partnership suggests it may be designed to facilitate a seamless succession plan, establishing Prince William as the inevitable progressive successor while marginalizing his father's legacy. A prognosis for the future? What is Camilla's primary goal? Certain royal analysts propose that her aspirations extend beyond simple personal authority. A deep sense that the monarchy must develop may motivate her. In a context where antiquated customs may swiftly transform into burdens, Camilla's progressive goal seems designed to ensure the institution's longevity. Her perspective, derived from these secret meetings, is that the monarchy is not only a historical artifact, but a dynamic, adaptive institution that aligns with modern Britain. This perspective perceives Camilla's activities as a bold, if contentious, endeavor to safeguard the crown's future. By recalibrating the power dynamics, she may be attempting to establish an institution that is more nimble, responsive, and adept at engaging a new generation of people. Nonetheless, the possible ramifications are substantial. Disrupting the fragile balance within the royal family jeopardizes not just individual rivalries, but may also undermine the fundamental structure of a centuries-old institution. King Charles and the burden of tradition. Amidst these turbulent accusations, people view King Charles as both revered and contentious. His rule, eagerly awaited and laden with traditional obligations, has encountered ongoing problems. Speculations about his health have periodically emerged, complicating the evolving story. Although King Charles has officially refuted these apprehensions, murmurs inside the palace indicate that any perceived weakness in his leadership may provide a tactical opportunity for Camilla's actions. In this tense climate, even the slightest change in perception might have significant repercussions. An audience that increasingly perceives the monarchy as antiquated may be amenable to the prospect of a revitalized royal family, one led by a consort who epitomizes both tradition and modernity. In this perspective, Camilla's purported secret efforts have significant impact, indicating a deliberate attempt to reframe the monarchy more positively for the future. The book is titled The Dynamics of a Coup. What would a coup inside the royal family entail, and how might it transpire without the overt political unrest characteristic of prior historical instances? Analysts have suggested many scenarios that, albeit conjectural, provide a disconcerting insight into potential outcomes. Such a trajectory entails a steady diminishment of King Charles's power. Gradually, a succession of meticulously orchestrated media campaigns and calculated disclosures may lead the royal institution to see the Queen as more alienated from the demands of contemporary Britain. The story may depict him as an anachronism, whose unwillingness to adapt jeopardizes the monarchy's significance. Simultaneously, Camilla could establish herself as the rational alternative, reliable, contemporary, and responsive to the changing demands of the populace. A crisis, whether a public scandal or a major health concern, could prompt a swift realignment inside the palace. Confronted with escalating pressure and a discernible decline in public trust, King Charles may be necessitated to abdicate, either willingly or due to increasing internal demands. In this context, Camilla's discreet actions behind the scenes would have facilitated a transition that seems both unavoidable and advantageous for the country. A more extreme alternative, while less probable, is a complete reorganization of the line of succession. In this scenario, Camilla may want not just to marginalize King Charles, but also to reshape the monarchy's destiny by hastening Prince William's rise to prominence. This action would serve as both a personal assertion of authority and a declaration about the institution's necessary evolution, a bold strategy to guarantee that the leadership is entrusted to an individual considered more adept at addressing contemporary difficulties. The cost of intrigue. If these claims are substantiated, the consequences for the royal family would be significant and extensive. The British monarchy, with its long-standing tradition of stability, relies on the impression of unity and continuity. An internal power struggle of this scale would transcend a normal familial squabble. It would become a public spectacle capable of undermining the foundational integrity of an institution revered by the country. The repercussions for the royal family might be significant. A successful coup, whatever its subtle execution, would create profound rifts inside the palace. Loyalists to King Charles may conflict with a new group led by Camilla, resulting in a breach that reverberates across the institution, affecting both the palace's internal dynamics and the wider public discourse. The subsequent media frenzy, already unyielding in its coverage of royal matters, would certainly exacerbate the problem, transforming private strife into a national scandal. This scenario would need an examination of the monarchy's position in contemporary Britain, in addition to its immediate family repercussions. The disclosure of internal discord may irreparably harm the public's meticulously established confidence in the monarchy over generations. Both critics and reformers may use the incident as proof that the monarchy is an antiquated institution primed for significant transformation or potential dissolution. The influence of external factors. In the contemporary linked world, few institutions are immune to external pressures, and the royal family is no exception. In addition to the internal dynamics, there is increasing conjecture that prominent political personalities, important corporate leaders, and even foreign organizations may own vested interests in the results of these internal moves. The potential for modernized and energetic royal leadership may coincide with wider geopolitical or economic objectives, exacerbating an already unstable situation.
Certain experts propose that foreign stakeholders may be subtly endorsing Camilla's ascent, either directly or indirectly, anticipating that a reformed monarchy would be more receptive to contemporary policies and international collaborations.
Although confirming such charges is inherently challenging, they intensify the drama, illustrating a regal institution contending with both internal difficulties and foreign influences seeking to influence Britain's destiny. The enigma of disclosed evidence. Any inquiry into a possible coup would be inadequate without considering the intriguing possibility of leaked materials. In the last year, intermittent claims have emerged in tabloid headlines suggesting the presence of classified memoranda, internal communications, and financial records that may provide concrete proof of covert activity. Notwithstanding palace authorities' persistent denial of the existence of such papers, the mere implication of leaked materials has exacerbated the prevailing conjecture. Today, rumors about secret documents that supposedly include talks about media strategies, plans to change the order of power, and even planned meetings have turned into modern folklore. However, although the sensational assertions are true, authenticated copies of such proof have not surfaced. The lack of definitive evidence fosters uncertainty, despite the narrative's escalating urgency. The contemporary royal drama is characterized by the interaction between provable reality and alluring speculation. Media, hysteria, and societal discourse. The media's influence in constructing the royal narrative is significant. An age characterized by continuous news cycles and incessant social media discourse intensifies, analyzes, and exaggerates every notion of interest. Throughout the United Kingdom and abroad, critics, royal specialists, and ordinary individuals are embroiled in a fervent discussion about the authenticity of these assertions. Social media platforms have transformed into arenas where proponents of the established order confront advocates of change, with each faction interpreting the available information in markedly divergent ways. The extensive media attention has had a twofold impact. On one hand, it guarantees extensive exposure for each new rumor, amplifying public scrutiny of the royal family. On the other hand, it creates an environment that blurs the line between factual information and sensational speculation. In the current context, the narrative surrounding Camilla's purported revolution is as much a media construct as it is an internal royal issue, a drama happening in real time for millions of viewers, reconciling tradition and modernity. The debate around Camilla's activities fundamentally prompts significant inquiries concerning the future of the British monarchy. For ages, the crown has functioned as a symbol of national continuity, grounded in enduring rights and customs. As society progresses and the complexities of contemporary administration increase, traditional institutions encounter increasing pressure to adapt or face obsolescence. Camilla's public metamorphosis, from a subject of controversy to an emblem of contemporary respectability, reflects this overarching contradiction. Her purported actions, whether considered political ambition or essential progression, reflect a broader discourse over the role of the monarchy in the 21st century. Should the crown relinquish its antiquated traditions and adopt a role that is both progressive and aligned with modern values? Would such a significant deviation from precedent irreversibly harm an institution that has historically functioned as a uniting emblem for the nation? In this sense, Camilla's purported acts possess dual importance. On one level, they represent the strategies of an astute political strategist aiming to consolidate her power. Conversely, they may signify a deliberate, if contentious, attempt to reinvent an institution with unparalleled obstacles. The palace's internal dynamics and the British public's reaction to these significant events will determine the inquiry's outcome. The future of the monarchy, a critical juncture. At this stage of the study, several questions remain unresolved. Is there indeed a clandestine coup occurring inside Buckingham Palace, or are the speculations just the result of an exaggerated imagination stimulated by media sensationalism? What evidence, if any, will eventually surface to elucidate the nature of these clandestine meetings and covert strategies? Moreover, how will the British public and the monarchy react if it becomes evident that internal opposition has emerged? The palace now serves as a bastion of concealed truths and meticulously managed fey aides. The lack of formal announcements fosters conjecture. Dramatic language articulates these enduring tales, suggesting that the stakes are very high. The survival of one of the oldest organizations globally is at risk, possibly altering both the royal family and the overarching narrative of British national identity. Observers meticulously analyze every gesture, word, and secret encounter, guaranteeing that the drama transpiring beyond the royal walls is unprecedented in decades. The motivations behind this developing tale, whether stemming from personal ambition, a sincere intent to modernize the monarchy, or a complicated combination of both, are poised to significantly impact the future of the crown. In the ensuing months, when fresh events emerge and possible breaches of sensitive information enter the public domain, the full nature of these purported power maneuvers may ultimately be revealed. Until that time, the narrative of Camilla's clandestine strategy stands as one of the most captivating and controversial episodes in contemporary royal history. It is a narrative of aspiration and intrigue, wherein tradition confronts modernity and a royal family is ensnared between the burdens of its history and the ambiguous prospects of the future. Observers from a distance find the developing drama both enthralling and disconcerting, serving as a reminder that even in esteemed institutions like the British monarchy, power relations remain susceptible to transformative forces. As the inquiry progresses and the discourse escalates, one can only observe the unfolding narrative of Camilla's purported revolution, which promises findings that might irrevocably alter the dynamics of royal authority. This investigative study seeks to provide a nuanced and compelling examination of a narrative that is both intricate and remarkable. As time progresses, the distinction between reality and conjecture increasingly obscures. Nonetheless, one undeniable reality remains: the fate of the monarchy, like any institution rooted in history and tradition, will ultimately depend not just on the individual acts of a select few, but also on the collective will of a country confronting the challenges of a swiftly changing globe.
Thank you for watching the video.
Please let us know your thoughts, and goodbye for now.